Greetings and good day, YouTube and Twitch highlight watchers. How are you doing today? I myself am pretty excited to continue where we last left off in our kingdom build. We are going to be working on the wall today. I don't know if I said I was going to last week, but I said screw it, why not? We'll get our lanterns and we'll start lighting up the wall so we can finish up at least with the general look of it. We still need to finish up with the... A bit of panic started to sink in because I'm like, I don't know why I'm in this. What happened? Where's my world? This isn't the right world. And I'm like, no, it is the right world. This is where I normally go when I go fishing. Ah, that's right. I ended, either I ended yesterday, or not yesterday, but last week getting the sugarcane, or I did a little bit of that off stream. I don't remember. Anyway, I've decided to make this more of like what my plans are for the week instead of for the stream week, right? That is coming up. Yeah, a little bit of a dirt moment. Well, listen, listen. Every time I start this game, there's a part of me that's like worried that something's gonna fuck up after the mods fucked up that one time, right? So, I was expecting, this is what I was expecting to wake up to, in all honesty. I was expecting to wake up, and when I say wake up, I mean, normally what I do is I go to sleep and then start the day. I expected to be like looking at this, right? This is what my brain expected. And instead I saw water and a mountain. My brain was like, warning, warning, not correct. Anyway, but yeah, the plan for this week is tomorrow I'm probably going to be installing both Borderlands and then checking out the verify stuff for Grand Theft Auto 4. If that works, cool. If not, we'll do I'll make sure to back up the saves if I need to, and then I'll dive into, where do I want to put this? 'Cause at the end of the day, alright, sure, we'll do that. There we go. Anyways, but yeah, if that doesn't work and we have to uninstall and reinstall, I'll make sure to have the save files backed up just in case. Oh, I thought that was pork for a minute. I'm like, what the hell is pork doing in there? I'll figure out that over the next couple of days. For Borderlands install, I'm going to be looking at what exactly I have, if I have any of the DLC or not. Because I don't really have that much... Like, I don't have a desire to get any of the other bells and whistles outside of what I already have, in all honesty, for when it comes to Borderlands. Oh, I need to drop off this fish, and then I need to get meat and deal with that. I'm gonna have to organize this shit. That'll be a problem for future me. I can't give a fuck right now. That'll work. I do also want to finish, if not finish, work on the banner that I've been working on a little bit, so I can have that dealt with and hopefully mitigate some of the individuals coming by to be like, hey, how you doing? You having a good stream? Yeah? Well, guess what? I am an artist, and I noticed you don't have a banner. Give me money to give you a banner, or make a banner for you. I want to mitigate that a little bit, where I don't really give a shit, but it's like, come on. It's like, I get you're trying to sell yourself. Some of the people, though, whenever they try and sell themselves when they're doing a banner or emotes and stuff like that, I'll actually look at their Twitter, or I'll look at their Instagram or whatever fucking accounts they're shilling at the time, and I'll look at it and, like, observe, and it's like, you sons of bitches are using AI art. And the reason I know that as well as I do is because I've been using an AI art generator just to generate art and see what that generation looks like to catch shit like that. And one of the key fucking tells that it's AI generated art, the fingers and shit like that, like the detailed bits get really fucky wucky, right? And what I mean by that is like fingers will be unnaturally long. There'll be an extra digit most of the time, right?
Click now to take part in our short survey, and you could win a month of gloriously uninterrupted
Hands will be
with Spotify Premium.
making a fist in a off way, like just things that just like
Sound good?
like it's off,
All you need to do is
right?
hit the banner now for your
At first glance, and then when you start paying close and close attention, it's like, okay, yeah, no, there's some real fucky wucky shit here.
As easy as pie?
Sure. All you have to do is enter your license.
And the best way to tell is how very now don't get me wrong, I know there are some people that can change art style, right?
As easy
However, there's still some limitations to that alteration they make to their own art style,
as easy
right?
as playing guitar.
To the point to where if there's too, like, if the art is too like ridiculously different, then it's makes me extremely doubtful, skeptical, if you will, that what I'm seeing isn't what they've created, right? That's only been like a handful of individuals that like I've been able to look at their profiles and stuff like that and been like, oh yeah, no, this is just blatant. And there's one that wasn't as blatant, and there's another that I'm suspicious about, but it could be their actual art. I don't know, it sucks that you even have to have those thoughts when you're looking at shit because of how fucked up people can be. You know? Do we have stone? I know where there is some stone, but I wonder if I have any here. Brick we have. Yeah, that's regular stone. Could use that. I don't have the lighting. I think all that might be thrown over here. No. 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 Well, there's 28 here, so that'll work a little bit. Wait. Let's go over to the mine area and see what that gets us. So yeah, not gonna be able to react to the Rainbow Six Siege shit because I did try to find that early, like after I got home, I was looking through and I could not find it. Maybe I didn't look far back enough, or I just overlooked it. But I'm fairly certain I was so aggravated that I actually didn't. There they are. That I didn't upload my point of view from when I realized how toxic the community of Rainbow Six Siege was. Alright. I don't get that. Like, I'm thinking about it, and if it wasn't like a competitive thing, it was in casual, you know? No droning in casual. Then when the fuck are you supposed to drone? How is it that you feel that you have the audacity to be able to tell me what a casual experience should be? I will say before I left, because I did, after I got team killed, I left that game. But I specifically remember opening my mic and saying, fuck you. And everyone just like, it was like I fucking hit the ripcord. Everyone started going off on each other and I just left. I basically stirred up the pot and just fucking bounced. Everyone, they were just all like, it was fucking hilarious. But yeah, I think I was so pissed off that I didn't save the footage. And it's gone now. Like, it's just gonna be gone. And that sucks. One of the reasons why I've been alright with uploading anytime I get pissed off or whatever. I guess it was just at the time I must have been a little bit self-conscious. Now I don't give a fuck, I really don't. I don't give a fuck if people, like, the self-consciousness came from the idea that if you look back at your rage most of the time, like, a little bit afterwards, like, there's a limit. Like, if you wait for 2 weeks and you watch your own shit, at least in my experience, it's about 2 weeks when I can start to laugh at my own rage. If it's only a week, I feel like, I still feel that, like, ugh. Why are you mad about that feeling? But it's getting better because I just really don't give a fuck what people think about me. Because they probably have habits that they don't realize are fucking awful, or I would find awful at the very least. And they just be like, la-di-da-di-da. Now this one's interesting because we gotta go 1, 2, 3, 4. It was on 5, right? That I was doing it? 1, 2, 3, 4, hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, hit. So there's a 4 gap. On 5 we place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope you like counting to 5 because we're about to do that quite a few times. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm probably gonna get quieter with a little bit. Yeah, I don't know if it's bothering anyone else, but it started to bother me. Then I gotta clean up all this damn snow after I get the roof on. That's not what I want to do, but whatever. Anyways, so that's what I kind of plan to do on the... Wait, is that melting the snow? That's fucking cool. I didn't even think about that being a thing. Neat. Anyway, there's a song. It's like a parody song. I can only count to 6. I think it is. Did I fuck that one up? I said I can only count to 6, and then I counted to 5, and my brain was like, "You fucked up." 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Regardless of that, that's pretty cool that you can place down a lantern and it will actually have the effects of like heating up a spot enough to melt snow. Alright, now we have a little bit of a range where we can place down these stones. But yeah, that stuff that I was talking about earlier, that's what I plan to do over the weekdays. The banner and a little bit of editing on the Neo stuff. I really am going to start buckling down and getting the edits done and like start making it a consistent thing where I like, even if I do a lot of alt tabbing, I still do some sort of editing. I'll have to go back in and fix that later. As for the days that I stream, right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. The plan pretty much remains the same of what I've kind of been saying over the last couple of days. The main focus is going to be Grand Theft Auto 4 DLC, continuing on with the Lost in the Damned DLC. Alright, I've been enjoying that so far. The story is actually pretty interesting, and the character interactions and stuff like that. And seeing some of the mechanics that are without a doubt ported over, if not directly to Grand Theft Auto 5 single player, the online mode, right? There are a lot of mechanics from the Lost and the Damned that you see in Grand Theft Auto Online. The only downside is, I think I was alluding to it earlier, talking about it. It might have been before I started the marker, but for whatever reason, I actually don't have audio files that I need to continue with it. Like something glitched out with the install or the download or what have you. And when I try and play the mission where Johnny's talking to Elizabeth Torres and is going to do that mission with Nico and Playboy X or whatever, that when I'm trying to cross the bridge, a music's supposed to kick in, and that music never kicks in. So the game just straight up hard crashes. Kind of similar to XCOM 2, where there are certain dialogues or audio lines that need to be procced, like they need to roll through, and the person that speaks need to speak, or whatever. Yeah, I gotta fix. Oh, that scared the shit out of me. Anyways, if we finish those DLCs early, I'll either decide to continue on by starting the next DLC, which is the Ballad of Gay Tony, or if I'm not feeling up to it, I'll switch to some Armored Core and continue that grind. We're at the point in Armored Core where we're not really doing any main story stuff or anything like that, but what we are doing is like trying to S-rank all of the missions and stuff like that. It's like completionist section right now is where we're at with Armored Core 6. And then after we're done with the GTA 4 DLC, of course, we're going to be checking out the speed run, right? We could probably watch the speed run for Grand Theft Auto 4, no DLC, today, right? Because it is Monday, and as is a Monday tradition, after a couple of hours of Minecraft and giving updates on some of my thoughts and plans for what I'm going to be doing in the upcoming week, well, then we react Andy a little bit, right? The thing that we're definitely going to be react Andying to is a speed run of Grand Theft Auto 4 base game, I think, right? I am a bit disappointed that I couldn't find, or I didn't save the Rainbow Six Siege stuff. I understand why I didn't, but present me is upset with past me for not keeping the rage. That'd probably be good to laugh at after 3 years. You know, though, it's definitely one of those things where I do have a tendency. It's not like holding a grudge, because I could not tell you the username or whatever. If I remember the username of the person or something like that, that's me holding a grudge. This is more me. I guess we can classify it as a grudge if we want to, but it's going to be for the community as a whole because of how just dipshit-esque they are. I'm doing this because I think it'll be a little bit easier to manage by starting down here and then going up. What else? Yeah, no, for the other thing, I'm installing Borderlands to check that out, because after after Grand Theft Auto 4 DLC, I do want to play Borderlands. But while I do want to play Borderlands, I don't consider myself the biggest fan of the Borderlands series, right? I like the games, but I think one of the reasons that, well, I do enjoy them and I will have a blast and a half playing this, I think one of the reasons why they're not like some of my go-to games, or games that other people sometimes have to mention to make me go, yeah, you know what, I will play that game this time, is because of, well, yes, it does have a story and the mechanics are good. A lot of it boils down to a numbers game, right? Where if my numbers are not good enough, then I won't be able to deal with certain situations. Mind you, there's a little bit of like mechanical stuff and like build, like messing around with a build or something like that. But for the most part, it's like, what is it? It's a combination of a numbers game and like a bit of parody of itself, if you will. That's what I was looking for, right? And while I have fun with games like that, those aren't those aren't the types of games that I like feel fully 100% invested in. Alright? Like games that, if they are parody, they have some serious moments, right? Where I don't know if Borderlands had any serious moments, now that I think about it, you know? Borderlands 1, I don't know much about Borderlands 2. I welcome the surprise. Maybe I'll become a fan of Borderlands because of Borderlands 2. And actually sticking through and playing it. But it's because it's the fact that, like, oh, if my numbers aren't as good as the numbers of this character, then I'm gonna have not the best time going through. I don't like that kind of shit, right? I like the kind of shit where maybe you're not the level you're supposed to be at an area, but if you are stubborn and skillful enough, you can get through that area while being under leveled, right? And there's a couple of situations like that with Armored Core, because I remember when I was playing yesterday, after getting frustrated with the Grand Theft Auto 4, I put it on and I was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna be stubborn and try and S rank this mission with the build that I have for the robot that I'm using, right? I'm also trying to measure out the lighting, make sure the lighting's not that bad. It's not. I'm pleased. I'm pleased. Make sure this is all good as well. It looks like we're clear, but gotta make sure. Damn. Alright, here's what I'll do. I'll pop up over here and then we'll dive in. Dive on, whatever. Replace this and then finish up the little section over there. Is it another one of those songs that's really quiet, or is it just paused? Yeah, it's just paused because we've been through all the music already, apparently. I actually have it turned off to where it'll automatically play similar music because I don't want it to play. Even though it says similar, I listen to a lot of different kinds of music, right? And right now I kind of am actually in the mood for this kind of like just chill ass beat. So we're gonna stick with it. Next time I do a mega build, I'm gonna do it in creative mode. This is basically a personal challenge for me to like, can I make something massive while in like regular, not creative mode, but survival mode, right? And the answer is yes. I mean, obviously I'm not done yet, but yeah, given enough time, I will finish it. And I kind of like the idea of using Mondays as a means to update people on what I try and plan to do over the week, right? Or like what the intended plan is, and then over the streaming days to go over what I was able to do over the week and all that bullshit, or if we've had any changes, because there might be some day that a game comes out like a free weekend or something like that, and I want to check it out or what have you, and I decide to forego going, like, sticking to the plan and doing something else. Like, if I could get Rock K City to work the way that I wanted it to, I definitely would have been playing that. That and Real Talk, it's Rock K City's. I kind of lost interest in that game when I realized it's not a Saints Row style game. It's more of a Payday style game. Not that I don't like the Payday style game, but I'll admit I felt a little bit lied to. Oh, you motherfucker. This is the side that I actually want to abide by. I'll have to come through and clean this up, because this is me just temporarily throwing shit down to make sure I have all the lighting, so I don't have to worry about any of this bullshit. Why don't I have skeletons? Interesting.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333 Kia for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020
right.
models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
You hear that sound? That's your wake-up call to download FanDuel to start getting more excitement, drama, and action out of every single play. Because that sound, that's the sound of the clock ticking on the 2023 NFL season. Now, I know what you're saying.
What's funny is the fantasy football stuff. I never really understood what the fantasy football shit was until, like,
Comes around and Sunday is just that day you head to the grocery store.
I spent a day listening to a podcast where they were talking about fantasy football just so I could understand what it is.
Every rush and every tackle with FanDuel, America's #1.
And I'm gonna be honest, the fantasy football stuff, to me, from my perspective,
Guaranteed.
and I'm trying to think of the kindest way to say this, but I'm gonna end up being blunt as hell, because to me it's
Real money wager only. $10 first deposit required.
a bit silly.
Bets that expire.
Right? I know there are things that I probably enjoy that are a bit silly to other people, and I understand that. Feel free to
100 gambler.
berate my silly shit too. I don't give a shit. The reason it's silly to me is the way that fantasy football works is you're picking players from different teams to be on your team, and games are simulated, I guess? Yeah, games are simulated based off of the stats of that player that was picked for that fantasy football thing, right? And I understand why some people enjoy it and they think it's cool and stuff like that, right? But that is the truest form of a numbers game to me. And that's why I think it's silly, right? Because at the end of the day, I don't think that they're like doing like RNG to legitimately figure out who would win in a matchup between individuals team X and individual teams Y. Like, there's a part of me that is thinking if there were 2 or 3 people that had the same exact team. Now I know the likelihood of that actually being a thing is pretty unlikely with how many players there are, but just bear with me. If there are 3 or 2 people or whatever, 3 or 4 whatever, that have the same exact team, and they all were to go up against each other, which again, highly doubt, what happens? It would basically be a coin toss at that point, right? Because if they had all the same team, they would have all the exact same stats. Unless it actually is truly simulated, like something you would see from a Madden game or something like that. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know much about. This was years ago, before I even started streaming, that I listened to that podcast of those individuals talking about fantasy football. And you know what else it reminded me of? It reminded me of like Madden 07, where I would take, mind you, I wasn't the most into football, but I would like take whoever had the best stats from each position and make a team, right? And then let the AI like actually like watch football games. Not full 15-minute quarter ones, but like 5-minute ones. It was pretty fun. But it was wild to see. Basically, it's wild to think that that is a thing that is as prevalent as it is because of fantasy football nowadays, right? Like that basic idea of the Madden 07 shit that I was just talking about is pretty much that. Obviously, there are some differences here and there. Gonna have to get some more wood, make more coal. I'll worry about doing that later, though. What else do we got? Yeah, there's not a lot of things. There's of course rumors about so many different games coming out, and there's also like people that are hyped up for shit that hasn't even been like confirmed. Oh, something that has been confirmed. The next Elder Scrolls game is going to be PC or Xbox only. Apparently, it's been confirmed through a document. Again, I don't know how trustworthy that is, but I was going through Twitter a little bit before starting the stream, and I saw that, and I was like, man, that's wild. I thought we were gonna start being done with the like exclusivity things, right? But apparently the exclusivity shit is not done by a long shot. Luckily, though, it seems most things are coming to PC. It just makes me worried that PS4 in the future is going to want to try and take some sort of revenge against Xbox and not put anything on PC as a result. And it's like, I dislike that so much. I dislike exclusives so much. They literally only exist to fucking sell consoles. That's the only reason they exist to the level that they exist. And no one can change my mind with any other type of fucking convoluted bullshit. What other reason could there possibly be to make an exclusive for a specific thing, right? be it a Nintendo Switch exclusive or an Xbox PC exclusive. Oh, we're gonna make sure the developers don't design it for PlayStation systems. That's a dick move, because I know for a fact there are a lot of people out there that... Oh shit, idiot, dumbass. There are a lot of people out there that will pick something and stick to it, right? Because when you break it down, shit's expensive. You get $800 and your choice is a PC, a PlayStation, or an Xbox or a Switch. Me, I'm going for a PC, honestly. 9 times out of 10, I'm going for a PC. And the only other time I'm not is if I already have a fucking PC that I'm satisfied with. And this is coming from someone who played PlayStation since I was oh so very young. Since I was like 4, I've been playing video games on PlayStation, right? That doesn't necessarily mean that, like, oh, all is lost when you switch over to a different fucking thing. I think some people are just way too stubborn for their own good, right? Or they're like so fucking white knight blind to the fact that some of the shit that they enjoy has issues, that they put on blinders and will come up with any excuse whatsoever for the simplest of things. Like, that was a problem that existed in the Cycle Frontier. Right? In the Cycle Frontier, it didn't help that the developers were kind of perpetuating, or whatever the word is, perpetuating, whatever the fuck the word is. They were continuing the line of thought that if nobody thinks our game is good, they're bad, right? Like, that's what it felt like, that they were trying to have everyone's thought process be, right? The devs for the Cycle Frontier made it seem like they wanted people to play the Cycle Frontier and never play anything else, right? You're not playing the Cycle for 8,000 hours a month? How dare you? I know that's not even feasibly possible, but fucking, I'm exaggerating. But that's what it felt like. It felt like they were making more and more changes in order to make it to where people would have to play the game, and that would be the only game that they could play, right? And I think that that feeling got extended when they made the decision to get rid of wipes. The biggest issue is, in all honesty, that they thought wipes were a problem because of player base dropping. You have to understand that for a game like that, probably one of the best things to have is a wipe system, right? Because wipes bring in new players. Without, like, if you have an always online type of game and everybody gets to retain their information, it's harder for people like me to want to even try the game out in the first place, right? Like, that goes to MMOs as well. One of the reasons why I don't play MMOs is because outside of the time sink that they are, it's also like everybody else already knows the shit they need to know, and I just don't feel bothered to try and learn that and have to deal with real people. Maybe I should be a little bit more open-minded, but the last time I was open-minded about community, it turned out that they were a bunch of fucking dick-headed pricks that decided fucking to no drone and casual team kill me. Team kill me and then say no drone and casual. Like, I would have been mad, don't get me wrong, I would have been fucking infuriated had they warned me and then killed me. But to straight up just be like, bang, 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 no drone and casual is like, what the fuck?
Whether it's the toppings for your homemade pizza or your favorite ice cream, it's good to have choices. And with the Energy Choice program, customers in the Dominion Energy
I don't
Ohio
like
service
that, but
can choose their own natural gas supplier. You might even be able to join an aggregated group buying program. Don't want to choose? No problem. You'll still receive natural gas from an approved supplier at Dominion Energy's default rate. Just visit dominiongaschoice.com to learn more.
Would you bet a few $1,000s that you could sink an 8-foot putt? What about 10 grand that you could win a drag race against a Camaro with 1,000 horsepower? If you bet $2 million, could you bet it all on one football game? Maybe you wish you could, but you probably wouldn't. Gamblers is about the people who did.
Spotify and the Ringer
No, it's too close. It feels too close. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's too close. One, two. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Alright, this is fine. I am like warming up to Grand Theft Auto 4 even more because of the DLC. It's hilarious because they changed so much in that DLC. They improved upon the at least the motorcycles. The motorcycle, well, maybe not all the motorcycles. I'd have to actually control some. But the only unfortunate bit is, for some odd reason, my brain decided to make it to where my goal is to go through the entirety of the Lost in the Dam DLC without losing Johnny's bike one time. And only using that bike unless a mission has me driving anything else. But yeah, I am warming up to, like, GTA 4 way more than I did when I first played it all those years ago. But yeah, for those of you that also don't know, this is what, the birthday week of Grand Theft Auto 5 a couple days ago, as of the 18th of September, right? A couple days ago. Grand Theft Auto 5 turned 10 years old. Wild, isn't it? Was it the 15th or the 16th? I cannot quite recall. Regardless, it's wild to see, like, how popular some games can be for the length of time that they are popular, right? Yeah, and the more I think about it, I'd probably be more okay with, like, I don't want to spend 2-3 hours leveling up. but if there are a couple points of just like level up to get through a certain section, level up afterwards after a while, right? Unless it's like 0 to 60 within 2 hours or something like that. I doubt that's what it is. But I would definitely be alright with leveling up now that I've broken, like, I thought over it and I was breaking it down over my, like, how I wanted to do it. If I wanted to level up, if I want to just play the game mission to mission, quest to quest, however you want to word it. And at the end of the day, I kind of don't want to struggle. Right? And if, like, there's an easy way to level up, I'll take advantage of it, at least for a little while. Because basically what my whole plan to do with this is barely pay attention to the story and just bullshit. Just bullshit. Alright. Pay attention to the story to have conversations with whoever's joining us. If it's just going to be just the two of us, then that is what it's going to be. Here's my question. Did anything spawn in here? This will be a good test to see whether or not the lighting works. Also, get rid of this shit. I'll take the darkest area and I'll place a lantern somewhere over there on the floor. And that'll be a more permanent type thing. If need be. Something like this is perfect. Alright. My count didn't get fucked up. I was worried that my count got a little fucky wucky. Not. Oh, also I meant to go to sleep to pass the time so I wouldn't have to worry about any additional spawns. I'm satisfied with the progress that we're making. Well, yeah, I'm kind of sad. And the reason I'm kind of sad is because thinking about the next Elder Scrolls game that's going to come out, I'm coming to the realization, mind you, I'm relatively quote unquote new when it comes to Bethesda, right? Like I hadn't really been that much aware of Bethesda games or what, or hell, I wasn't really aware of any video game companies until like that was pretty much, you know, leaving high school. Like I knew there were video game companies, but I didn't really pay attention other like Rockstar, Grand Theft Auto, Konami, Metal Gear. That was like kind of it, because I didn't really pay attention to shit like that. And the only reason I knew it is because of how many times I've seen the logos while playing those games, right?
With millions of songs at your fingertips, your playlists are always.
So what I'm disappointed about or saddened by is the fact that
without hearing ads. To
wait.
keep your musical exploration going,
1, 2, 3,
upgrade to premium
1,
and listen your way.
2,
Tap the banner to learn
3,
more.
4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, good. I had to make sure I was trusting the right side. Anyways. Now that I'm like starting to get more and more used to how Bethesda does things, I'm starting to realize that yeah, no, it's not so much a meme that motherfucker, I pressed jump way too late. That the community or the fans of the games fix Bethesda games, right? I like part of me early on when I first heard that I thought it was straight up a meme, right? And as time progressed I was like, you know, maybe it's not as much of a meme as you think. Gotta be like that, right? And then we could take this out? No, we can't. Maybe. I'll have to do some math stuff. Anyway. So, knowing that Starfield just came out, and that already there are mods that have quote-unquote fixed that game, has been sad to realize that, like, that's just the way things are for Bethesda games. When the next Elder Scrolls game comes out, might as well wait instead of getting it on release. At least that's the way that I feel. Right? I would be able to get it on release and play it, but then I would start wanting to mod it. Because, again, I've been watching a little bit of Starfield here and there because these types of games are games that I don't really feel can get spoiled. Plus, I'm like literally watching just bits and pieces. Just to get a feel for the game and be able to have conversations like this that discuss how, like, really? Yeah, it looks a little bit better than Fallout 4. And some of the mechanics are different and stuff like that, right? But it's basically a very, very similar game. Obvious thematic differences and stuff like that, but you can't look me in the eyes and be like, oh no, they're completely different. They're not. They're not exactly the same, but they're fucking pretty damn close to where you pretty much know what you're gonna get for Elder Scrolls 6. Right? Maybe I'll be surprised. I'd pleasantly be surprised. But I fucking doubt that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Oh, and apparently, is it 2026? I think apparently, again, this is based off of the document. I don't know if it was a leak or what. But yeah, apparently that's when they plan to have Elder Scrolls 6 out by 2026. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a official reveal trailer or whatever for that this December as well. Ooh. Ooh, it was almost perfect. Technically, this isn't even really going to be a wall, but I'm going to have to extend it out to here and maybe push this back a little bit. Right, like push it back too. And extend this too. I like that. Ah. The other thing is, I'm kind of glad that the Rock K City game did a free weekend, because it was able to show off exactly what it's about, and seeing that it is not the game that I thought it was, I'm very glad, because I was kind of getting excited for that game, because I'm like, again, not that I wouldn't play it if I could, but it's definitely no longer on my like excited for list to see more about, because if I wanted the Payday experience, I would play Payday. I know, right? Disappointing sigh. Son of a bitch. Because the way they showed it, I would have bet money that it was a similar game to not Fallout and not Final Fantasy, but fuck. Saints Row. For some reason, I keep fucking up the Saints Row. I guess that it's been way too long since I played a Saints Row game. I'm gonna have to play Saints Row at some point. Wait, did I just fuck up? No.
With Trojan bearskin.
Hey, there it is.
Every hair-raising.
Been waiting for this commercial.
Tingling, heart-racing feeling.
I still do not understand how consistently, like,
latex condom.
what time is it right now? It's 7:15 p.m. I wonder if I'm going to try and keep track of this. I'm going to try and keep track of when this advertisement shows up, because if it doesn't show up before 7, that means it's they're ads that only show up on certain time frames.
Great, 50 cents off. Woohoo.
The NFL season is precious, so this year get even more out of every pass, every rush, and every tackle with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. New customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed. Make every moment more with FanDuel. 21 plus and present in Ohio. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. See full terms at fanduel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
So that commercial's hilarious. It says spend $5 on a bet and you get $200, but you have to do a deposit of $10. So you can't deposit $5 to do that. You have to deposit $10. the money that you get, of course, is only money that you have to use for betting. So it's basically that $200 is like, quote unquote, burn money. And then at the very end, hey, you got a gambling problem? After we just hyped you up and got you salivating at, you know, getting $200 for free. Why don't you deposit $10 and have some fun before you go to a, you know, gambling addiction center or whatever the fuck they're called. Fucking vampires. Ah, shit. I see what I was doing. I see what I was doing. I'm just gonna have to light this area up too. There we go. Okay, good. Good. Hey, green is a good day, Insane Baboon. How are you doing today? Oh. FanDuel, it's an ad for gambling, online gambling site you can go to and play sports bets. Why is there a cat in the wall? That's wild. All right, we still have a little bit more to do, but I actually think we're like really close to being done with the wall. And we might have a little bit more to do, like add some furniture type thing. But we are getting super close to being done with the wall. When we first started on this, I thought it was gonna take forever. Didn't take forever. It took half forever. Can you hear the music? Like, the music is background noise, right? Like, so when I get quiet, there's just a nice beat going on in the background. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. And plus, I get to go. I'm gonna make like another loop as well, because I'm checking to see about enemy spawns, and I don't think anything can spawn in the walls. But we gotta double check to make sure. Make a lap or two. I'll have to take the shovel to the snow. Deal with that. One of these Mondays before the December that the Game Awards shows, like on December 7th, the Monday before that, we'll all have to put our brains together. Why is my voice going, man? I'm not losing my voice, damn it. This is another reason why it's a good thing that I take a 3-day break. So in case I ever get in situations where I feel like I'm starting to lose my voice, I can give it a rest, you know? I'm gonna have to get a thing of warm tea, apparently. It's been a while since I've drank any warm tea. Anyway, we'll have to put our brains together on the Monday before December 7th and come up with like a bingo card or a list of things that we hope to see or what have you, right? Of course, we have to put on somebody running up on stage, right? At this point, that's got to be on the bingo list. Fuck you, voice. What are you doing? Ah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a thing of warm tea. Not right now, but later on. And luckily, the weather for that kind of drink is coming around like it's right around the corner. I say luckily because I'm trying to be positive because I hate dramatic weather changes. I'm just gonna chalk it up to greed or something like that. People being assholes, you know? They're worried about stale. Those ass hats, that's what I'm gonna call them because that's what they're acting like, ass hats.
You drive the most dependable mass market brand.
Definitely haven't been woken up
Start doing what you never thought possible.
and have been expected to go all day going back and forth, lifting up heavy shit all fucking day. That one day where I didn't stream a while back when I was doing that install job, you give someone a day like that and then throw in a fucking exactly what they would complain, stale buns, they would fucking, it'd be the best meal they've ever had. Especially when they're being stubborn assholes and not getting any food till they're done with the job.
Go cheese, go pimento, go honey, go get it.
Hi, this is Chantrice.
Lunch. We did stop for lunch, but it was like, what was it? A 12-hour day.
No, it's the
And we
Actually, I can't decide.
breakfast, got to work, worked for like 7 hours, came home, had lunch, or no, was it dinner? I don't fucking remember.
Whether it's the toppings for your homemade
But yeah, it looks like we're clear.
ice cream, it's good to have choices. And with the Energy Choice program, customers in the Dominion Energy Ohio
But I bring that up because at all the places where you can go to get parts,
will be able to join
right?
an aggregated group buying
A
program.
lot of the time, not all the time, but a lot of the time,
You'll still receive natural gas
they'll
from
have
your
like
supplier at Dominion
donuts
Energy
or
Delivery.
hot dogs or whatever just like sitting out.
And more.
And when you've gotten up and you haven't eaten breakfast, that shit is too good to pass up. You don't give a shit if it's a little bit stale or weathered or whatever. You're like, fruit, food, feed me food. My voice is gonna go by the time I'm ready to wrap up the stream tonight. Shit. Well, I mean, outside of a couple more things that I need to do, and we'll like cleaning up this shit, but I'll save cleanup for later. We're... Hold on. This is a little bit of cleanup that I'm doing right now. Oh, yes, it does do that. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, we'll be able to make this look a lot better than it does then. That's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. All right. Yeah. Hopefully it was just a bad day overall. It always is a shame when, like, your whatever the hell it's called, when you're, like, getting food for other people and they turn around and complain about it. It's a slap in the face. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. It's straight up just a slap in the face. It's like, really? You know, we could have just not gotten you anything. I will say, it is quite hilarious. The crazy shit that I end up experiencing while going through video games. Like, I jumped because I heard the rain and I thought it was the hiss of a creeper. I was, oh, ooh. Exactly. You ain't got nothing. That's right. You have nothing to bitch about tomorrow, motherfucker. Right? That's glorious. Oh, it's one of these thunderstorms, so that means that enemies can spawn in. But yeah, I don't know how much, like, how long. I could probably look up the average playthrough of the Grand Theft Auto 4 DLCs, in all honesty. But I kind of enjoy not knowing for a first playthrough. So however long those take, I'm predicting that I'm going to be done with them next week, right? Okay, because we're getting close to the point where we're about ready to wrap up with Minecraft. Before we do, though, how long do we think the Grand Theft Auto 4 speed run, just the base game? How long do we think the base game Grand Theft Auto 4 speed run is gonna take? I'm gonna say 5 hours. We might not watch the full speed run if it's that long. We might watch half now and then half another day. Like maybe next Monday. We'll see. It depends on how long it actually is. Because if it's too long, I don't know if I will be able to stay, like, to do the whole thing, because I have this tendency to pause. I try not to, but I have a tendency to pause and talk about things. Hell, even when I'm playing a game, I have a tendency to pause and talk about things. I think we're done with like 90. Like when I say 90% of the wall, the 10% I'm not talking about is we need to have like, you know how a traditional wall has like this kind of shit going on. We need to have shit like that for it. That's the 10% though. That's like almost decorative shit. Then we have to do the gate. The gate is not associated with the wall at all. That's a whole different build in of itself. I need to figure out how to get working. Yeah, no, it's exciting. Like to see the progress that has been made, I gotta take a gander at it. Alright. But to see the progress that has been made has been glorious. Basically, when I go up there to look at the wall and all that, like look at everything that's been built, that's gonna be the signifier that I'm gonna wrap up with Minecraft. Well, I do feel like I could go for longer. I'm gonna hold on to that feeling because I'm feeling that way because I'm excited at getting done with a good portion of the wall, right? It looks good. I like it. It's a shame that they don't have it set up to where you can, like, make... Do you need pumpkin seeds to make... No, you don't need pumpkin seeds to make pumpkin pie, idiot. But it's a shame that you can't, like... If they have sunflowers in this game and stuff like that, you can't, like, get sunflower seeds as a snack type thing. Like, something that would be almost similar to a cookie, but maybe a little bit... more like it would keep you full for a little bit longer than a cookie does. There's probably a mod for that. I wouldn't even be surprised. Trying to think about what else I could possibly do. What are our plans for next week? That's the question. I think the plans for next week in Minecraft are going to be basically doing the bullshit type stuff. And I don't mean with the wall. I think we're going to take a bit of a break from the wall because we're technically done with it. The bullshit type stuff that I'm talking about revolves around, like, dealing with cutting down trees, replanting them, getting this clay into fired bricks, right? That's something that I want to be doing. So
to articulate feelings about music that I've never been able to put words to. It helped me make sense of sound and emotion and the way those things hit.
Here's my question really quickly.
I think that if you read closely and listen even more closely, this book might do the same for you. This is Hanif Abdurraqib, author of They Can't Kill Us Until They Kill Us. I look forward to meeting you on Spotify.
Alright. I don't know how much experience that was.
I'd be honored.
But now it should be back to schedule. Now we can pick this shit up without, you know, losing it. Losing the experience, that is. Alright. I absolutely love how much shit I forgot I had in these chests. So much dirt. Did I do anything up here? I know I set it up, but I don't think I actually... Yeah, I don't think I actually have it to where it can do much. That's for, like, ridiculously large furnace jobs. And yes, I did have to open it up to think about what this was, because I you know what I call this? I call this a burner, right? It's not burning the equipment, obviously, but I still end up calling it that. Yeah, I think that's us for now. Like I said, next week we're probably not really going to do much progress with building or anything like that. I'm going to take these little clay hills down in order to, you know, get more bricks. And I'm also going to chop these trees down in order to get more charcoal. Right? The goal is to finish up this and make it look a little bit more shaped, right? Like, I don't want this to be as flat as it is. I want to add a little bit more shaping to it. I might try and extend this up some, right? I'm trying to think about how I would be able to make it to where I'm trying to think if I were to extend this. I do not want entities to drop down and die immediately. There's a couple that will drop down and die immediately, right? It's only the only unfortunate part is that the lower you are, the more, like, the higher the spawn rate is, technically, I guess. I don't know the exact verification, but I need to fit, what is it, 28 blocks dropping for a spawn to have 1 health bar or something like that. I don't mind hitting mobs multiple times. The point I'm trying to make is, if I do extend this beyond where it's at, I probably have to push it out 2 extra and, like, have them drop down into levels below them, right? Or maybe not even something like that. Maybe just have a thing set up to where they'll drop down into the water. Like instead of having the center open, we just have the part where the mob walks and falls. We have that open, so they fall into the river from all the way down. If they do move, though, they'll end up hitting other levels. But I don't think they'd be... I don't think that would happen. I think they would just drop. You know what I need to do? I want to expand this, right? Honestly, what I had a plan to do is I had a plan to actually extend this down a couple of layers, right? And have that flow into a big old opening over here for the Coliseum. So we could open this up and have mob spawns into the Coliseum. Whether or not I actually do that, I don't know if I'm going to. Because it might not be a viable thing. There might be a different way to do something similar, basically. But yeah, let's take a quick little gander at the kingdom. And then we will switch over to the Grand Theft Auto 4 no DLC speedrun. See what that's all about. And then, of course, that's after I get done with the DLCs, we'll have to watch those speedruns as well. Oh god. It's actually slowing down my shit. Alright. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I like this. Obviously, it's still a bit too flat. Like I said, I want to shape it a little bit. There's a lot of stuff that I want to shape. I need to put lighting up on the roofs a little bit. Or we'll have some enemies that can spawn there. This pleases me greatly. If I fall and I don't hit the chair or the bed, we die, I believe. So I'm not gonna do that. Even though I know I've in the past hit the bed and bounced. I don't feel like doing that with 23 levels. If I don't have any levels, I'll take that risk, but in the future what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and get a bunch of beds or a couple of slime balls or something like that. Like I'll place down a safety net of beds. Could do a safety net of water so we just don't take any damage at all. The more I think about that, the more that sounds like a better idea. Yeah. So really fast, now that I'm thinking about it, because that's something we could work on, let me open up a text document for next week. Yeah, so for the 25th, we are going to chop trees, mine, play towers, and make water safety net.
Just visit dominiongaschoice.com to learn more.
What are we calling that? For the observatory tower? For observatory scaffolding, that's what it's called. Scaffold. Okay. So we have a plan for what we're going to be doing in Minecraft itself for next week. Love to see it. With that, however, I think that's going to be it. All right. Yeah, I think we're gonna pick that as wrap up. We finished a good, like, the wall's done, technically. It's the decorations of the wall that aren't finished. So it's not done, but technically it is.
Read closely and listen even more closely.
Excited about this. This is
Hanif Abdurraqib, author of They Can't Kill Us Until They Kill Us.
This is nice.
I look forward to meeting you on Spotify alongside the music that
Again, we have a couple things to finish up.
I'd be honored to be your next
When it comes to like certain aspects of housing and stuff like that, but I'm not too concerned about it. While it will be time consuming, it's not that difficult to transfer villagers over to new housing. It's leveling them up that's kind of time consuming, but it's not that difficult to do that. So, since we're wrapping up with YouTube and Twitch highlight watchers, I'd like to say for those of you that are watching live, stick around. We're not wrapping up the stream quite yet, but we are wrapping up the video. If you're new here and you haven't already, be sure to become a citizen today via subscribing to this channel as well as my main channel. If you're watching on YouTube, links will be down in the description below through all my links. Exclamation point links like so. Exclamation point links like so. If you're watching on Twitch, be it live, the highlight, or the VOD while it's still up there. Be sure to follow me on Twitch. Catch me when I go live at 6 p.m. EST, EDT, Friday through Monday. Invite link to the community Discord where you can always get the most accurate notification of whenever I do go live. If I'm going to be a little bit late or early to stream outside of a half hour, or if I know I'm going to be that late. As well as where you can go to communicate with other citizens of the kingdom. Or whatever else catch your fancy through all my links. Until next time, take care and have a good one. Bye-bye.